Everyone, I'm Roman. I've been a percussionist for about 8 years now, and I think I want to talk about tambourines for a little bit. You know, why not? Uh, Tambourines, they're a fun instrument. They're a little useful. Sometimes they seem a little useless. They're pretty common in music, and there's a lot to talk about. So today we're going to go over the basics and how to thumb roll on a tambourine, because why not? This video is for my friend Kelly because I bought her a tambourine and she doesn't know how to thumb roll. Okay, tambourine types, or qualities, not types, though there are different types. Qualities, let's go with the basic. This is the first quality. I bought this for $10 at a thrift store. Let's talk about it for a minute. The head has crayon marks on it. It's got rips in places up here. It's torn at the bottom. Where is that? It's torn right there. This one was made in Mexico. And when I bought it, it had like a little, like a picture of a band in it. One thing you'll notice about crappy tambourines like this, you see these tacks? They go all the way through. Those are nails. That is not how you're supposed to wrap it, how you're supposed to secure a tambourine head on. This is not the kind of tambourine you want to buy. This was my very first tambourine because I didn't have money to buy a better one. So, these tambourines do work. I would not recommend buying one like this. Okay, a medium quality tambourine will have 2 layers of like the cymbals. There's a name for them. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so I'm just gonna call them cymbals. And it'll have probably a synthetic head. So the one that I have, it's a Latin percussion worship tambourine. And they work very well. It's a very, very nice tambourine. It's got 2 layers of the cymbals. It's made of wood, but it's got a synthetic head. And the thing you'll notice that's different about this one, it is not tacked in. The head is not tacked in. It is wrapped around and shrinked and then secured. That is what you're supposed to do with a tambourine. This tambourine, very, very, very nice. I would totally recommend this tambourine if you're looking for a cheap. This was a $50 tambourine. If you're looking for a good quality tambourine at a lower price. So, what about high quality tambourines? This is the tambourine I will be doing the rest of the video on, is the high quality tambourine. This is a $250 Black Swamp German silver tambourine. It's got calfskin head, it's secured, it's shrunk to the tambourine and then secured. Not tacked in, it's made of actual wood. This is a very, very nice tambourine. I would recommend this to anyone if they have the money to buy it. I got mine on a deal, so I didn't pay the full price for it. That's the only reason I have it. So, tambourines. What is there to know about tambourines? They are a fun instrument. They're very simple. You might see little kids with them. There are types of tambourines that don't have heads. They're like drum set tambourines almost. So how do we play a tambourine? Okay, the basic way to play a tambourine is to grab your tambourine, hold it at a 45-degree angle. You don't want to hold it too high because if you hold it too high, the cymbals are not going to rattle enough. If you hold it too flat, they're not going to rattle enough. You hold it at a 45-degree angle. Listen to the difference. They rattle, but they stop pretty quickly. And why is that good? Because you don't get them too long, you don't get them too short. So, how do you hit a tambourine? A lot of people will just take their palm and they'll just go, or they'll go like, or they'll take the tambourine itself and hit the palm. That is not how you do it. So, there's been a couple of different ways I've been shown how to do a tambourine. My personal favorite is what I like to call the beak. You take your thumb, you put it on your middle finger, and then you wrap the others around. So your finger kind of looks like this. And you get this little, these 4 fingers, they kind of protrude out past the thumb. So that way you can strike it. Now listen to the quality difference between just the palm and the beak. You get less of an actual impact sound. So what you do is you hold the tambourine at a 45-degree angle. You grab the beak, or you make the beak, and you go. That's how you hit a tambourine. Now, to roll a tambourine, a lot of people like to go straight into that. Instead of any basic start, they just start doing that. The way you actually do it is you hit it at the start and you hit it to end. And then in between you do the roll. So the way it should sound is because then you get a defined beginning, you get a defined end. And that's how you hit a tambourine. So, what else is there to know about tambourines? There are 4 classifications of tambourines. And it's two groupings of 2. You get dark and bright, and you have dry and wet. The German silver tambourine that I have here, I believe it is a bright, wet tambourine. Bright means that it has a higher pitch. You can hear the higher pitch. And wet means that the cymbals like ring longer. The Latin percussion, I believe, is a dark wet. I'm not 100% certain on that because it doesn't actually have a classification, and the $10 one is not good. Basically, classifications. You can find them by looking at the manufacturer's website about the tambourine. It's a whole ordeal. What else? Thumb rolls. We're at the fun part of the video now. This one's for you. You know who you are. Thumb rolls. They are very fun. They're a little hard, a little challenging. A lot of people don't know how to do them, and a lot of percussionists don't use them. I'm fortunate enough to be in a program right now where most of the percussionists know how to thumb roll. Some aren't good at it. Most aren't good at it, but a couple of us know how, and a lot of people don't know. So, the way you do it, you hold your tambourine at a 45-degree angle, and your thumb has to be of the right like wetness, if that makes sense. A lot of people lick their thumb. I find that a little bit gross, especially if you're sharing the tambourine with other people. And it's really dry in my room right now, so it's like my thumb is not able to get wet enough to actually thumb roll. So the way to solve that is you grab a cup of water or a bowl. Like I have a bowl here too, but there's no water in it. So you grab your water, and you take your thumb, and you kind of put your thumb in the water until your thumb gets a little bit wet, which you can see that. And if it's too wet like this is too wet, you take it, you kind of dab it on your shirt a little bit, and then your thumb, it should feel a little damp, a little moist, if you will. You take your tambourine, 45-degree angle, put your thumb on it. Get the thumb roll. Now, what are some common mistakes people do? A lot of people try to use the tip of their thumb. They go at way too much of an angle, which is possible, albeit not recommended because that hurts your thumb. It damages it. I don't know how to describe it. A lot of people, they try to use too low on their thumb, which just doesn't work. What's another common mistake? Or actually, no. How do you fix that? The proper way is to use the pad of your thumb, so right in the center. You just take it and you just go around. So, yeah, that's the proper way to use it. Okay. Also, a lot of people's mistakes is they put way too much pressure into the tambourine. If you put too much pressure into the tambourine, I'm about to put so much pressure into this tambourine, you're going to see me. But yeah, let me get some water. Too much pressure. You get an uneven thumb roll. It does not sound good. That's way too much pressure. Okay, too little pressure, and this is what you get. It's too quiet. It doesn't really sound that great. Some people don't even put enough to do that. It's crazy. So what do you do? How do you get the right amount of pressure? For me, personally, I don't know how to describe it. There's a way. You get used to feeling it, if that makes sense. You can feel how much pressure you have to put into the tambourine. It's the more you thumb roll, the more you'll understand. So, you do is you take your thumb. Okay, tambourine, 45-degree angle. Thumb, make sure it's wet. Moist. And then take your tambourine, put your thumb on it, use the pad of your thumb, and go around the tambourine. You follow the edge. This tambourine made of calfskin. Fortunate enough that allows me to see the actual border of the tambourine. You want to thumb roll on that border. Okay, take your water, tambourine. You want to go around like that. Okay. Step by step. Tambourine, 45-degree angle. Thumb, wet. Tambourine, thumb to tambourine using pad of thumb. Make sure my tip. Go around the edge. That's it. Use the right amount of pressure. Don't use too much. Don't use too little. It's pretty simple. Yeah. Thumb rolls, very useful. You can use them on bass drums, tambourines, timpani. Bass drum you can use for like a lion's roar. It's pretty cool. I used it in a piece a couple years ago. Timpani you can use for whale sounds, which I think that's been used in a piece before, but I don't know which one. I've never done that, but I've heard it before. Tambourines. You want a crappy tambourine? Go buy a crappy tambourine. I don't know why you would. I wouldn't recommend it. You want a good tambourine, but you're like, you don't want to spend too much money on it. Latin Percussion is they're a really good place to go. They're within a budget. It's about $50. They're good. I would get a Latin Percussion tambourine. You got money to spare? You want a really great tambourine that's going to last you however long you need it to last you? Get yourself a Black Swan. These things are beautiful. They're some of the best on the market right now. There's not much else to say about it. Tambourine basics, I guess. I hope you go do good with your tambourines. All right. Have a great day.